Welcome back to Moose on the Loose. My name's David. Today we're talking about the BC NDP working with BC Ferries to make bathrooms gender neutral. David Eby has drawn a line in the sand. He's marked his place in the mud. Whatever the saying you might want to say here. What we got here is this article from Global News. BC Ferries announces all gender washrooms, free menstrual supplies for passengers. BC Ferries announced it will be converting many of its bathrooms to all gender washrooms because there's so many genders. There's like so many. You can just make them up whenever you want. That's how many there are. Creating more accessible signage and providing menstrual supplies, these initiatives are more than just enhancements to our services. They represent our ongoing commitment to creating an inclusive environment that respects the diverse needs of all our customers. This is coming from Lindsay Matthews, Vice President of Public Affairs and Marketing at BC Ferries, in a statement.
I'm just doing a little light housekeeping work here at Global. You know, for me, having been born a man with an X and a Y chromosome.
What is this? Anyone who identifies... Oh my God.
When it comes to gender, I identify as a heterosexual male, and so using a public washroom like this one has never been a problem for me. But for many people, gender isn't binary. It's not X, Y, X, X. It's far more complicated than that. And for those people, using a public washroom can be quite intimidating.
Yes, a binary system does make it very complex in terms of washroom needs when a person doesn't fit in that standard mold.
And that's why, as part of Diversity and Inclusion Awareness Week, we here at Global Okanagan are making this bathroom an all-gender washroom.
So what exactly does that mean? It's pretty simple.
You just know he just dropped a hot one coming out of that bathroom.
You have your own sink, your own toilet, you go in, do your thing in peace, and you leave. There's no one else in your space, you have your own privacy.
All gender
Is that how that works? Interesting. I thought people normally do backflips in the bathroom.
bathrooms aren't really new. You can find them in several Okanagan businesses, and over at the Kelowna Heritage Museum, they've had one for almost 2 years. Why, you ask?
The simple answer is it's time that we understand that our cultural diversity, our ethnic diversity, and our gender diversity is a really important aspect of a resilient community.
There's no such thing as gender diversity. Let's get real. Enough with this nonsense. And newsflash, we've already had gender neutral bathrooms for a long time. It's these ones. It has both the male and the female on the sign.
And out on the street, people we talk to agree.
I think every citizen of our community needs to feel comfortable in having access to public facilities.
It's important to not define things being female or just male because there's all sorts of different routes you can go. So
No, there's not. There's not different routes you can go. I can't be like, oh, I want to be half dragon gender tomorrow. That doesn't work. That is not a thing. That is nonsense. That's like flat earth nonsense. Please stop with this.
just having that kind of black and white sign doesn't really work in our society
It
anymore.
is black and white.
Having like something that makes it a little bit easier for them or just kind of makes them feel comfortable or whatever it is, 100%.
So expect to see more all-user washrooms. Oh, it's okay. Come on in. It's
I
just
don't
a
want
bathroom.
to. No, we're not coming in with there. We know you're going to stink that up.
It doesn't discriminate, and neither should we.
Oh, they get a shot of the toilet? You want to get in there to see a steamer's Lincoln Log submarine breaching the surface?
We're all born with dignity and humanity, regardless of our gender expression. Just remember one thing.
Gender is not an expression. It's not something like, oh, I'm a dancer and you get better at dancing. It's not. It's like saying a tiger's a polar bear. It is not. A polar bear is a polar bear. A tiger is a tiger. You can't.
It's like any other bathroom. When you're done using it, just wash your hands. Travis Lowe, Global News.
This is so cringe. We already know what a male-female bathroom looks like. We've had them for decades. This language they use in here too with this all gender, it's not all gender. There's two, both. You want to type both gender? Now, well, this news segment is focused in Kelowna with these bathrooms. They're doing the same thing with BC Ferries now. They're gonna have to make new braille signs with all this stuff. Just make the fares cheaper. On top of that, the main problem with this, BC Ferries is now gonna be taking away a safe space for women where they can have children and bring them into the bathroom. It's opening up weirdo men who want to identify as women and go into women's bathrooms. It's gross. This is not okay. I saw a video yesterday of a guy going into a woman's bathroom. He said he's a woman. The woman told him to get out. He wouldn't. The woman put him in a headlock and then called the cops. I can't show that stuff because YouTube gets funny about it being like some sort of physical thing. I already got dinged for it once before. Point being, David Eby seems to have no problem with allowing these creepos who say they identify as women going into women's bathrooms, especially on a ship. Those bathrooms are so small. If you're gonna do this, then rebuild the bathrooms like you would see at like a bar where all of them are neutral bathrooms and they're all open. You don't go into a closed space. It's like all open and they all have individual doors. I wouldn't be surprised next if they go into the male bathrooms and start removing urinals because they're not gender friendly to... It says here, in addition, BC Ferries will convert more than 300 public and employee single-use washrooms, both on ships and at terminals, to improve accessibility. And Braille washroom signs will be included on each vessel. Part of a broader effort for the upcoming busy season. Full implementation by spring 2025. While I can imagine that's difficult for someone who's born, say, a biological woman, but who feels like a man and wants to use a male bathroom, and if they're forced to use a female bathroom, it's kind of, it feels degrading, or it feels weird, or they're not comfortable. That's just how society is here. Like, if you look at people who are in wheelchairs, they don't get to walk up the stairs often. There's not ramps in certain places. They can't get into, like, it's just, society is set up for the bulk of society. And while that sucks, it's just, we all have to conform in these different ways in society. There's different things for every single different person out there. It's important to remember we're all different. We all have issues and problems and things we have to conform with. If I go out to a party, I can't just eat what people serve, and then people get kind of awkward because they think I don't like it. It's like I'm allergic to basically everything. I can't eat the vast majority of proteins. I can't eat anything with gluten. I can't eat dairy. I can't eat anything with oil, refined oil, cooked with oil. In that situation, should restaurants now be conforming to me? Like, oh, you have to make sure to always offer food without cooked with oil, that doesn't have dairy, that doesn't have this, that doesn't have gluten. No, I just have to conform to the bulk of society. That's how that works. It sucks, but I just learned to work around it. That's my issue I have to deal with. So someone has the same problem with gender, like, it sucks, but it's just, that's their thing they have to deal with. Same thing if someone's handicapped. That's my 2 cents on it. We've all got things we've got to conform with society in our life because not everything is built for everyone. In general, I think society's pretty good. We got male bathrooms, we've got female bathrooms, and often there's a handicap which allows both male and female. Those are already gender neutral bathrooms. There's usually one of those at most bathrooms, most places. Not all places, but most. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this. I think this is a hill that David Eby is going to die on. He's going to fight on this hill. He's taken his stance with giving out the free hard candy all over the country, all over the province, and that's turned into a disaster. I just see his numbers plummeting. He's going to get knocked out of power here come October when the election comes around. Share your thoughts down below. I greatly appreciate all you watching to the end of the video. Be sure to subscribe here on my second channel. We're going to keep fighting for freedom. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, hey, boo.